We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in primetime, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Here we go. Can. Side.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that.
11 mighty.
41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage. Here's Burrow. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
When you look at this Bronco defense, there are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And when those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go. Wide 80.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Big 13. Big 13.
Check. Lucky.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up Sackett. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
12.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. A gain there of 21 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Gun.
Now a 2nd and 10.
180. Plays hot. 11. Hot.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
What is that?
41. We've got to wedge that, huh? Watch the run.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want... deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here we go.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
Here we go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
What is that?
Here we go. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check 37. Check
11.
Check 9. Check 9.
They run for it with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Damian Harris with career touchdown number 60. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that, an early statement. They go for it on 4th and goal and wind up punching it in.
And that wasn't on the 1-yard line either. It wasn't just quarterback sneak range. They had to work for that one, but they certainly got the job done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Broncos nothing. McPherson to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. They begin the drive with Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Check Mike 33, check Mike 33.
Coming to you, coming to you. Mike, check 33, 33.
Pick it up the ball.
Operating from the gun. McCollum, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd. Talk about this Bengals defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
From the gun on 3rd down, McCollum into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay, so the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check 56. They can't hang with us.
Here's Burrow. He will find his man Chase, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there, with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Broncos nothing. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike 13.
79 Broncos.
Check him.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Mike 13. Mike 13.
Watch for flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Bump.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
4 down. Check. Mike check 33. 33. Let's go.
Check. Hurt. Safety. Hurt. 19 Lions.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The Broncos at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
I got him. Mike 13. Mike 13. Let's go, D. Kill.
Off the draw, here's Williams. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Here we go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Come on.
Ready, son?
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. That's
11, Thomas.
Joker.
Burrow on play action. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Here we go. 180. 180, son.
41's coming. 41's money.
Burrow will throw. Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Trap 60.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Back to throw. McCollum. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. That goes for a gain of 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, McCollum. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Broncos 10.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
56 the mic, boys. 56.
11, Thomas.
Now Burrow going to change things up. Throwing on 2nd down. Burrow looking for his running back, and he's got him. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now it's Burrow. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
This 2nd and 4.
11, Thomas. 12, 12, 12.
Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come.
11, 11, 11.
Tighten up.
They go play action with Burrow. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
11, 11, 11.
Watch run. Mike 41,
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. On 1st down, McCollum. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here we go, D.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Now Burrow on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Let's go.
Right, it's hot. Hot.
Long day offense.
Hot.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here we go. Here we go.
Second and goal from the 1.
Right, 80. Right, it's hot.
They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Broncos 10. Evan McPherson, the kickoff.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
33.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Looking to throw on second down. McCollum is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
No. Off.
Liking 18.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Converge. Mike, check 33. 33.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
The final shot before break. McCollum, he's going to take another shot here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He don't want it.
Hey, check Mike 33, check Mike 33.
Looking to throw. McCollum. Now, wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Now 2nd and 3.
180. What is that? 12, 12, 12.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Mike 41. Mike.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
We've got to wedge that, huh?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
On one.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Right here, 41 Mike. Let's go, D. SOS.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Here we go.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Plays hot.
56 to Mike.
Now it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long, and hope someone would come free.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Plays hot.
Mike 57.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Here we go.
Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? He'll try again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. McPherson on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Bengals 28, Broncos 18. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Check.
Whip.
Curve 19. Go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
All right, D, let's start. All right, D. Mike, check. 59. You go, night.
To throw on 2nd down. McCollum, touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
A try here for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Stop here, D.
56.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
11.
41's the mic. Check 41.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing on 1st down. McCollum, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Hey, check. Hey, check Mike.
Back to throw. McCollum. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 3rd down, McCollum. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Denver. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here we go.
2nd and 9.
Oh, you got deep?
Check.
Here we go. Can. Stop.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Mike, check 33.
On 1st and 10, McCollum. Oh, that was sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". 65, 65, 65.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
18 Rattler.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
59's Mike. 59.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCollum, he's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
What a time to come up with a play like that. They're now in field goal range, but the opportunity is also there to try and win the game outright.
Here's 1st and goal.
You remember me. Let's go, baby.
Check your hot read.
Williams.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready, break. 13. He's coming. check him. Night, sweetheart.
70 Timber. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
And touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that
Makes the score Broncos 32, Bengals 28.
the kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He's checking. Crack.
Now Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
This is 1st and 10.
11 MT tight. 11 MT tight.
Check 13.
Burrow
We're going to shut you down.
looking deep here for Chase.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
Here we go.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Broncos, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.